Keep it up.
Hey people, welcome to the final race of the week for SLR, and we've left the best till last. It's of course Tier 1 in SLR at the notoriously slippy Canada, and on the mic is myself, Tipsy Bob, with a slight cough, and I'm not being dramatic. If Kitsune posts that in the chat, she's lying. And covering all the camera work today and the co-com today is, of course, the fabulous Babulous.
Good evening, everybody. How are you today? Are you waiting for an exciting race today?
I absolutely am, Babu. Tier 1 always fills me with excitement. It just gets those little butterflies. It gets my juices going, Babu. And for the most family-friendly way, of course. But yeah, man, we've got not a full grid, unfortunately. I think people are just getting caught up with like late summer stuff. But we got 13 drivers, one reserve. Only one reserve was brave enough to challenge Canada and the Tier 1 boys, and that is Mr. Eagle Ghost, quite a popular driver last season. I think it was in Tier 2, or was it Tier 1 actually? I think it was Tier 1. And yeah, we have a moist, slightly damp, wet Canada, Babbo, and we're getting the first couple of times rolling in. But yes, I am most certainly excited for this race, Babbo. How about you?
I'm expecting to see what will happen if the race is going to dry up. I'm always excited in a wet race because there are a lot of things that people don't calculate because they are used to run on dry setup. And you have to configure your mentality and your strategy in order to get some places.
Well, just a little bit of housework to do here. The wonderful Danielson, I was going to call him Daniel Mashuri, but that would have been completely inappropriate. Danielson is informing that there are, of course, other reserves. Forgive me. I'm not in Tier 1 anymore, so I don't notice. But it is, of course, Jen Alb and Kulak sitting there currently in P89 in the Haas and the Alpha. Also, Danny is saying, question mark, no game audio. So unless it's quite low, I don't know. So if you want to have a wee look at that, Babu, to make sure you're
I have audio on my end. I have audio.
All right, well, if anybody else in the stream lets us know if there's audio for them in terms of the vehicles, or if not, we can squeeze it up a little bit. But in the meantime, let's get back into the action. Quali is underway here. We see Mac already sitting nice and proud. In that, Danny's saying it's sorted, Babs. So whatever you done, Babs, it worked. So anyway, as I was saying, we have Mac and Tuna Man in the Ferrari. I am slightly biased, although I'll try not to sound biased today, but if I'm supporting Ferrari and Danny, of course, and Desi, and Ice. Everyone, I like everyone. But of course, Ferrari's my thing. Anyway, have you any particular favourites, Babu, today? Who you think's going to win?
It's a tough one because we know we have a top class drivers like Danik, Kender, Tunari. It's gonna be a hard call today, especially if it is a wet race.
Yes, that's the thing, man. We actually don't know the situation in terms of the actual race. Normally we would get someone to to let us know. But I don't know, Babs, I'm kind of liking the fact of not knowing anymore when people don't tell us what happens and we get to find out just like everyone else does watching. We get to find out live. So I do agree with you, though. Look, there are so many high-quality drivers here that it is really difficult to definitely call, who's definitely going to win, because any of them can win. They're all fantastic. Any of them can win, and they're all pretty much race winners. There are, of course, the natural favourites that you would fall to: Adesi, Danny, Mac. They're the main guys that we've seen winning, season over season. However, it's Canada, it's slippy, and it's currently quite moist. So anything can happen. We've seen it in Tier 3. Babel, we've seen it in Tier 3, what the rain can do. People can, from far back, can get up to the top points positions. We've seen what happened in Tier 2 when our gamer was just like laps away from winning Tier 2 using the Bob strategy. Well, he didn't know if he get into that. It was a Bob strategy he used, of course, and that didn't work out. So who knows what's going to happen, Bob?
It's gonna be a very interesting race if it is wet, but I don't think the game gave us two days in a row of wet conditions. I don't think it's gonna give us wet conditions again. McIntyre making the fastest lap with the Inters 1:17.5.
So Lepson is a man after my own heart, because as I was speaking, I was actually thinking of Dice. I was thinking if Dice was here, they wouldn't stand a chance, because Dice is, of course, our GOAT. He is our GOAT, and when Dice is on track, no one else matters. But yeah, we're getting a bit of chat here going on. We're getting some. I am reading it all, folks, so don't stress. I am keeping track of it. And I noticed here, Kitty is saying that she's only 43% battery, and said she can't be arsed going upstairs to get the battery. Well, I can't throw it down to you, Kitty, so you're going to have to get off your backside and come and get it. Oh, Eagle Ghost disqualified. How did that happen now? I don't see him on track anywhere. I suppose that's because he's been disqualified. What happened there?
He was in Sector 2.
Well, I know Eagle will drop in. He often drops into the stream. So, Eagle, let us know what happened, dude. Let us know what happened to get that to the DSQ. Alas, Daniel needs to get himself get a move on here with only 7 minutes. Yeah, for me, it's 7 minutes to go. Well, 8 minutes, let's say. And still no time on the board. That would make me think, excuse me, is it going to dry up or what? I don't know.
We have a lot of people haven't put in any time right now, like Copy, Adesi, Icewind, and Danny.
Yes, that's what I was just saying, Babo, that they're going to need to get a move on, because there's only 7 minutes left. So, chop, boys, out you get. As I was watching Jenab is really horsing that car around. And is he on a lap? He is on a lap, actually. So, I'm just watching Jenab here, if you want, Babo. And he's really horsing this car around the track. She's going sideways, she's going every other way. But he's still going forwards, that's the main thing. Heading into this tricky hairpin. Tricky in the dry, and...
Icewind P2.
Well done, good job, Icewind. The man's doing well. He done well yesterday. He could have won yesterday as well. But the racing gods weren't on his side whenever he got that penalty. But let's see what Jinab does, Babo. He's going to cross this final chicane. You can cut it quite a lot this year. It's quite forgiving. And let's see. He's going to cross the line. And does he improve? Boom, he does. Just jump up to P3. Knocks Fox down to P4. We see here Eagle Ghost in chat. Let me just see. Excuse me. Okay, so he must have spun. Yeah, he must have spun the car in the lap. Easy thing to do, especially in Canada. And the game must have just said, nope, you're going the wrong way, DSQ. So that's a bit unfortunate. However, Eagle, don't be disheartened, my man, because there will be opportunities. As Danielson pops it in out of nowhere on his first effective banker lap and takes pole so far off Supermac. We have got a quali session underway here, Babel, with only a few more minutes to go.
As I was expecting that he would do something like that, come from out of nowhere to take the pole position. And now we are gonna have a fight. We are going to have a fight between Danny and McKender. I don't remember what the championship status is.
Well, Eagle's just confirming here that it is going to dry out at the end. Now, is that at the end of quali, or is the race going to be wet? That's the thing. I don't know if I want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, Eagle. Nobody tell us. We don't want to know. We want to be excited of seeing the wet stuff. Well, with 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you may say, to go, Babel, people are going to come into the pits, and it's now going to be waiting. They're just going to wait until about 2.5, 3 minutes, and they're going to go for it, the final run, to see who can get pole in Canada 1.
Daddy, why, Daddy? He crashed in the pit entry. And we see Cap Haitu going on the softs.
That's a brave call.
And McKender too, and Desi. They are changing to the softs. Maybe the track is drying up.
Yes, that's what the Eagle was saying there. It's going to dry up at the end. So these 1 minute 17s, if it dries up enough, Mac, they're going to get blown out of the water. What's this? Kitty saying, express yourself. No, Eagle, do not. If I can give you any advice, and Babu is an older gentleman too, so he can confirm this. If you want to succeed in life, and this might not go down well, because I realize I am streaming live here, ignore the woman, right? Just pretend that, nod politely and say, yes, dear, and then continue just to ignore her anyway, right? Do not tell us if it's going to be wet. What do you think about that, Baba? Would you agree?
He's still on the pole position within this. He doesn't care if I agree or not.
Oh, you see this, folks? Now, see, Babel is an experienced man because he knows better not to answer that question. He knows not to answer that, and he's right. Correct, Babel. Do not reply to that. Because if you want, a happy wife is a happy life. Anyway, enough nonsense. We're getting into the meat and juice here, Babel, of quali, as we're getting down into these 2 minutes. As you rightly did say, Christian has snatched that pole off Dan, but is he going to stay there? Because the softs are going to come into play here. Let me see here. So, who's on I think I'm currently on with...
Fox is on outlap with the softs. The first one with the softs.
Good call. So, Fox... Oh, yes, okay, so we'll run on board with Fox, Babel, and I'll try and give a hot lap here calling it. So, Fox is the first soft runner, and let's see how he navigates. He gets onto the brakes here. You can cut a good bit of the curb. He takes that miss of the apex there a lot. Maybe intentional because it is still a bit moist. And you want to be really gingerly careful on the throttle here, especially in the wet. Blind downhill, this is where an awful lot of people get their penalty points. And he's doing well. What is this now? I'm going to keep an eye on his delta to see if he's up. He's up by over 6 tenths. Yeah, softs definitely are into play here, so this is going to work. So these guys are going to have one run on these softs, but staying on board with Fox here as he's running down to this next chicane, just before the shadow of the bridge is where you want to brake. He misses that first apex. I believe you actually want to run over the first one. I kind of missed the second one, but alas, he's doing well here. Next braking point, just at the tarmac changes, and you don't want to actually, yes, he's doing this right, you don't want to cut or touch the apex too soon on the hurt, but you want to kind of hit it late, as there's someone sitting on the track, not blocking him really too much at all, really. DRS activated, and then this is where it can all go wrong. This final corner, as I said, it is forgiving this season, and let's see how he does it. Good bit of cutting across. He does keep it on track. It is a valid lap. And where does this put Fox? Does he get pole position, permanent pole position? Boom! He is. But it's not a big enough improvement, I don't think, to take pole. I think a Desi is the next one, right? excuse me, Desi Babo is up by 1.6 seconds. I seen in Sector 2. This is definitely going to take the pole off Fox. I haven't seen if anyone else is improving yet, but definitely, excuse me, Desi is going to take the pole here. But will Mac, will Dan, will Tuna, will Christian, will any of these guys wrestle it off him? But he does navigate that final hurdle of the last corner. DRS activate, hugging the right hand side, and boom! 1 minute 15.5. Who else now? Who else on that bar? Well, let's see. Mac is up even more. Mac is up even more. Over 2 seconds. Final chicane. He navigates it well. It's still valid. DRS activated. Here we go. Is this going to be pole? Boom! And it is pole by a massive margin over the rest. 1 minute 13. This track is ramping up really fast. Fox is also... excuse me, I'm choking here. Fox is still improving, so he's going to jump up a bit higher. Christian is not. Dan the Man is up. Dan the Man's up over 2 seconds as well, 76. So this is going to put him definitely. Fox sticks it in P2 with a 14, so there's still time out there. My push tuck finger is getting really sore, so can this please end? Danny is going to cut across the chicane. It's still a valid lap. DRS activated. Here we go. What's he going to do? Boom! And he takes pole. My goodness, this is amazing. And Iceman then pops up into P2, and then Fleur into P2. My goodness, it comes down to the guys that leave it the latest are definitely going to benefit. And then Desi then sticks it off everyone else. Who else is going to do it? Who else is on a lap? Tug is on a lap too. He takes P5. What about Christian? That's it, Babo. My goodness, I'm going to take a breather. What a final run of quality. Jeepers creeps.
They were all flying out in the same lap.
Oh! Sorry about that, Babo. You know what I'm like whenever I get in a row. I can't stop. But that was fantastic. I really... Normally... If I commentate, or even if I race, excuse me, I just find qualifying a bore because I'm rubbish at it. You know what I mean? But that was a really, really enjoyable quality. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed that. In fact, actually, Babel, what I will say is that quality is testament to exactly what I was saying earlier. It's Canada, it's changeable conditions. Any of these guys can stick it on pole, any of these guys can finish in P1. We just don't know what's going to happen, especially in this season's SLR Tier 1, where the best of the best that we can find are here. Listen, I'm reading the chat here. Listen. Kitsune is playing down my illness, right? I was quite bad. I had quite an extreme flu. It was COVID. And it's just a week. I'm over it just by a week. And I do have this tickly cough. It doesn't hinder me much, but if I don't take a drink, I cough. So, listen, look at this. She's Babo. She's calling me a wimp in chat. This is disgraceful. This is a woman that is getting too complete. We've been married 15 years. It feels too long. 15 years, and she is getting complacent. Anyway, look at this Finnish lockout, only with Dan the Man representing the UK there with that British flag in P2. But otherwise, look at this top 6. Really, you may say, in terms of excluding Danny, is a Finnish lockout. Well, that was good. I enjoyed that. I'm going to give my thumb a little bit of a break, and then we get stuck back into it, Pablo.
Don't highlight me.
You see, Ghost, when you say that, that means that we're going to single you out. We're going to focus exclusively on you. If you don't want to be noticed, say nothing. Especially when I'm on the comp mic, because if you say nothing, you'll be all right. So that's it. It's game over. We're going to watch the demise of Eagle Ghost in Tier 1. Do you know, Babel, before this, I was dancing to some music, and I'm almost 40, and I'm absolutely wrecked. My back is sweating. I'm almost naked sitting here commentating because I'm so warm. Whew. It's not easy getting old, but sure, we have to do it.
You were sick. You should dance.
Yeah, I'm feeling good today, I have to say, although I have the slight cough. Listen. Hear that? So, but otherwise, I feel good.
You can get candies for the throat.
Yes, but if I had a very caring wife, she would have got that for me. But she ridicules me and she says that I'm not sick.
So it's
She's
a dry race. Back to the game.
But is it going to stay dry, Babo? It was dry on tier 3. Remember?
I see clouds over the track again. I don't think it's me.
Yep, I see the clouds too, Babo, and it's a bit of a delayed start here. Wonder what's going on.
They're fixing the strategies, the tire selection. You know how it goes.
No, I just guess, Babo. I just guess and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, part-timer dancing.
Yeah. Give me the. Oh, here we go, Babo. Fleurs left the session. The lights are on, and off we go. Adesi leads us away here in Canada, and we've got Mac and Icewind. We've got changes moving already. Is everyone going to navigate the first corner? I'm going to just flick down all the, the drivers here. We've got the flare is being ghosted, but everyone seems to have navigated away just nicely. Adesi, yeah, hold on to P1, so not really many changes, if any, really, worth talking about, I believe. I could be wrong. Oh, yes, there's got to move further back here, but a clean getaway, Babu, from everyone so far. I'm just going to switch around the positions here so I can keep track. Oh, we get a yellow. Oh, we do. We have Eagle Ghost. Eagle Ghost has spun at the very back of Tier 1, ladies and gentlemen. See what happens? If you just say nothing, you'll be fine. Mac moves up to Tier 3 to take that off Icewind as however. Red Bull of Christian going for a move on Cops. Super Cops, but Super Cops is coming back on him. And on these hards, and Cops gets that move back off. Forgive me if you hear my game over, forgive me. But Cops gets that move back off. Oh, Christian! Oh, no! Yeah, Christian, with a fraction, a little bit too late there on the brakes. Tapped the rear end of Copy, and then I just sent his car into spin. Woo! Trying to keep track here of what's happening. Bear with me. Let's see. Position change. There we go. So Fleur without DC or disconnect has dropped down 8 places. 9 places make that, almost last. And the big winner is Tunari and Mac, the Ferrari boys. Forza Ferrari. Mac up 3 places, Tuna up 4. Let's see what the tires are.
Mac ended up beating Danny.
Yep, so Mac now is squeezing up here to P3, but of course he is on the mediums. So we do have a couple, we've got 3 guys on the mediums. If you can't see there on the screen, I'll let you know that Danielson in the McLaren in P3 is on hards. Copy is on hards in P8, and behind him in P9 is Tunaman, and the Ferrari is also on hards. Everyone else is on mediums. Now, the question is, if it stays dry, are they going to go medium soft or medium hard and hard soft, or medium hard, hard, medium, or are they going to go for a 2-star? I know Mr. Icewind has considered it. What do you think, Babel?
Because I'm a slow driver, I would go for medium soft soft.
That's a brave call. Although I think maybe I've seen people say medium soft soft. I would generally go medium, probably medium soft. I don't know. Probably medium soft, medium. Here, do you know what? Who cares? It's not us, Babel. It's the main guys. We're going to see what they're going to do. But it's going to be interesting to see if we can get 2 stars.
If you can manage your tires, I think you can go medium soft without a second pistol.
Yes, as Lepson here says, medium soft is doable. The thing about Canada is it does kind of bring in safety cars, as we see Icewind passing Dan the Man for P3. Icewind does have a lot of pace here today, or in Canada. We've seen that I've seen it privately in practice with him. And then we also seen Slipstream in Tier 2. And of course he will be enjoying these conditions as Jenab moves up to P9. But of course, as I was going to say, that is without... Oh, Leps is there before me. That is without safety cars. If there's a safety car, we will see people changing their stats.
How many safety cars do you think we will have?
Well, looking at the grid, honestly, Babel, I would not be surprised if we see no safety cars today. But I'm tempted to say one. No, I'm going to stick with my original thought. I'm going to say 0. We might get a VSC, but yeah, I think it's going to be no safety cars. These guys are too good. And even I'm looking at the reserves, like, we don't have any reckless reserves. The guys knows what, even the reserve guys know what they're doing. So, yeah, if it stays dry, I would say it probably is going to be a couple of safety cars. If it's wet, well, who knows? I don't know if that answers your question.
Do not reduce the position to Jenab.
So here we have our first time penalty. The reserve of Coax gets himself a 3-second penalty. Can I point out that our Lord Saviour Goat Dice, by this stage yesterday, had 9 seconds. So, no matter how good the Tier 1 guys think they are, they're not as good as Dice. Dice had 9 seconds. Dice knows what.
You say all these things about Dice, that's why he's complaining afterwards.
We're just trying to unleash his true potential. There is an absolute alien there, and we're trying to nurse it out. Just look, there's even love in the chat for this. We all want this. We all want to see him.
I don't know. I'm just saying, mate.
See, Chief's trying to get Dice down to Tier 3, right? And secretly, I would say that he probably should be in Tier 3. But see, I don't like safety cars. Anyway, Tuna Man here in P9 is squeezing up on the back end of this Alpine. Alpine, of course, the real world team are crumbling around them. Their team is crumbling, but Jenab's doing a good job here currently in the points for Alpine. But he has a very charging Tuna Man behind him. Further up ahead, let me see, similar gap. Who's actually P6 here, Meepo. He has his teammate in front of him. Meepo is quite close to his teammate. We're going to keep a little eye on that.
Meepo doesn't use his name in the race.
Yes, it's basically the guy that was in the never-ending story. That hopefully we don't get taken down because I saw that. Eli, of course, is Meepo. If anyone isn't aware, or as I like to call him, Meeps. That's me, Meeps. And he's doing a good job here currently in P6. And he does seem to have quite a good bit of pace here over his teammate. Are we going to get to see some team orders? He does have the DRS on his teammate. Of course, Tug doesn't, or Tug. I don't know how people would say that. I would just call him Tug. Tug. What did Lepson call him? Tug. What did Lepson call him yesterday? Tug, I think. I don't know. He's called Jim, right? The guy in P5 he doesn't have the DRS on Dan, so I would say it's probably not too long before we see Leaps passing Tug here in P5. We also have Fleur further back here. Fleur is squeezed up on the back of Copy here on this Aston. Cops, yes, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
McKinder is attacking at this.
Yes, actually, let's watch that, Babs, for the moment. Let's see if there's a move here with Mac. Of course, he will have the DRS. This should be a move, pretty straightforward. I don't expect the Desi to fight it. Desi will not be... he'll not be silly enough to fight that because he knows Mac's going to have the DRS and his bad lead. So, yeah, let him go. Good job. Eli Meeps does indeed pass Tug, and Fleur does indeed pass Copy. So we seen them all, we called them all, they all happened. people would think, Babbo, that we actually know what we're talking about.
Danny, 3-second time penalty.
Daniel! This is not the way to win Canada. But it shows he's pushing. But that will really irk him.
We have so many laps to go. We will see too many penalties from the drivers.
Look, it's easy done. Look, it's, you know, I know people were talking about in Tier 3, there was only a couple of us that we finished with no penalties, but we also drive probably a lot slower as well, so it makes it a bit easier for us to keep it on track. You got a yellow in sector VSC, so there's the first Coolax, it's Coolax, no front wing, so I say we will probably see a VSC, and they were right. We've got a VSC, Babbo. And we have Coolax here in the Haas, of course, reserve driver. He is no front wing. So that Haas will be an absolute dog to drive at the moment. It's probably already hit no, I can't say that. Can't say that. So yeah, he's going to have to nurse his way around. And is people going to come to the pits? Nah, yep, we're getting people in the pits. Desi is going to make use. Dan the man, yep, we're seeing this. Some guys are going to make use of the VSC. It is effectively a free pit stop, so why not use it? But Dan the man is getting off those hards, which I believe are a nightmare in Canada. I didn't use them myself because I generally... Christian gets himself a drive-through. A drive-through. Hang on a minute, he gets a... Did that say a drive-through penalty? Normally you get 5 seconds for speaking in the pit. Oh yeah, wait, hang on a minute. On something VSC. Silly me. Soft. So we're seeing Meeps on soft. So he must be expecting another safety car because those softs will not get through the end. No way, Jose. Now, let's see. So, Babs, DRS is enabled. We are back up and running again. And Mac, Ice, Tube, Box, Tuna, well, the top 8 basically, to make it quick, didn't pit. Everyone else did pit. Let's see what happens. This is going to be interesting. Already we're seeing a move. Desi was having a go here on Cops. Cops is fighting it, not too hard, respectful, still holds his car in there, but he knows that he's on these 8-lap older hards. It's not worth fighting with Desi, especially a Desi. Oh, but hang on a minute. Cops was having a little bit of a sniff there up there. I can't say that. Oh, I can't say that. Well, I'm going to say it anyway. Cops was having a sniff up the rear end of Desi. Having a little wee look. Anyway, let's see. Meeps passing Dan the man. Dan the man, of course, on fresh mediums. Meeps on fresh hards. So we're probably going to see a couple of moves further back. And then by the time, excuse me, by the time they squeeze up onto these guys that didn't pit, will probably be time for them to pit. So yeah, Fleur, 3-second time penalty. You want to look after those pens, lads. Keep them to a minimum. We've seen what happened in Tier 2 and Tier 3. What happens with people with penalties? It will massively affect your race. As soon as I say that, Meepson gaps himself a 3-second pen, but we're getting almost 3 wide here. P7 going into the hairpin. Fleur running deep. Jenab, Fleur loses out onto that. Excuse me. Desi pushes on up and he gains the most there. Oh, he's still fighting it though with Jenab. They're still side by side. No, but then Jenab, I think he just stops deploying. Of course, he does have the DRS as well. Jenab having a little sniff here. Excuse me. And yeah, Desi's really making these hards work as Tunaman's moving over to defend. Kind of defend, not really actually. He knows. Oh, yeah. Thought that Jenab was going to try and go for a wee move there, an opportunistic move. But yeah, we're seeing moves here. Babbo down around 6, 7, and 8. Dan the man is keeping a watching brief here. So have you seen something there, Babs?
I'm trying to figure out where the good buttons are.
Yeah, I'm watching them mostly here in P8, P7, 8. Is pretty much where you're going to see the next battle, Babs. I don't think Jenab is going to catch... Oh, Jenab! No, not like that, my friend. Yellow, it's a yellow. He just gets a massive... looks like rear locking. He must have his brake bias. A little bit too far high up, far forward, I think it is. That looked like a real classic rear braking locking as Fleur gets passed by his teammate. That makes sense. Of course, on the fresh mediums, Fleur not fighting that one. I think that might have been a little bit of teamwork, which is definitely what you need, especially in Tier 1. So Jenna, all that work he was doing on those mediums is all for nothing almost, as Fleur is now getting passed by Meeps. Meeps on those fresh softs. Fleur is not really fighting it either. There's not much point fighting these guys in these fresh softs, because the first few laps in these softs, they are mega. Let's have a wee check in with Mr. Eagle Ghost. Here he is. Disqualified! Christian, how? Oh, my man. Christian, if anyone didn't notice that, Christian got himself a drive-through penalty under the VSC, of which he has to serve within, I think, the first 3 laps, I think. And he didn't. Alas, he gets the SQ'd instantly. It shouldn't be a safety car, but it is Codemasters, so anything can happen. So Eagle, on these softs. Well, I suppose he put the softs on to try and be a bit quicker, but I don't know. Maybe he could have ran a harder tire. I don't know. It's not easy catching these guys in Tier 1, as we're having Mac is in the pit. What's going on here? Yeah, there we go. Mac in the pits to get off those mediums. What's Mac going to put on? Oh, sorry. Mac puts on mediums, actually. Did I miss something? Did Mac go for medium? So he is committing. He's committing to the 2-stop. So there we go. Mac pits on another set of mediums, perhaps. Looking across the field here, and we do have a Desi in P4, Babs. He's really squeezing up the back end here of Fox. Fox is not an easy guy to overtake. He generally fights every move. Although I don't know if he's going to be able to do much against a Desi in that Merc on these fresh hards with DRS, of course. Here we go. It's going to be basically like taking baby from a car. Taking baby from a candy? What? Taking candy from a baby. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There you go. Job done. Ice win in the pits to get off these mediums. Now, is Ice going to put on softs? He is. I told you, Ice might actually do a medium soft. What's this? We're getting someone chat. Lapsons in chat. Yeah, that guy is. He's got a blue name with a spanner. I don't know how he got that. But anyway, he must have been paying his way up here. Paying his way up the ranks of SLR. He says he would personally go for soft, but can't doubt Mac Strat. I agree. Never doubt Super Mac. I'm not biased. Come on, Ferrari. Never doubt Super Mac. Mac knows what he's doing. What's happening here? Well, Meeps is on the back of Fox as well now, so we're going to probably see a wee move here. Yep, Meeps can go for the move early, you see, because he's... What the... Was that a dog? Was that a dog, Babu?
No.
Sounded like a dog. Anyway, Meeps was able to get that move done on Fox, and it was a smart move to do because he would be getting the DRS anyway off Dan the Man. So good job by Meeps there, squeezing up into P4. But we're definitely seeing here, Babu, we are definitely seeing completely different strategies. Some guys are definitely going on 1-stops, some guys are clearly going on the 2. So, and anytime I think of this, right, Max sets the fastest lap. But anytime I see some people doing 2-stops, some people doing a 1-stop, I always think of that race. I can't remember the actual race, but I remember the interview with Vettel when he raced for Ferrari. And he was livid because Mercedes won the race. And they asked him, how did that happen? And his response, and I'm paraphrasing here, was that it was quite easy to see how that happened. The red car stopped twice and the silver car stopped once. I always remembered that, but will it work? Does that apply in this game? We're going to find out. Who is this? Who is this in chat? Remember that guy? It's Triton. Literally, his name is It's Triton. That is Mr. Ryan. our wonderful American, and it's great to see him in the chat.
He's trying to overtake Fox from the inside, no, outside. Easy.
Good call. But did you know that? Oh!
Danny!
What?
Danny did a dive on Madesi, gaining the second place. I think the mediums are at their peak.
Yeah, we got Fleur also fighting fighting Tuna Man. Yep. It's a good job you're watching the race, Babble, because I'm talking nonsense here. But anyway, Fleur is having a little sneak on the Ferrari. That was squeaky bum close. You don't want to get any closer than that. Any closer, and it's into the FIA channel, and you go. So there you go. Whilst I have this opportunity, and it's Triton is watching, Triton, Kitty's been mean to me. I'm surviving from flu, and she says that I'm being a drama queen. So you can tell her straight. Anyway.
They say those things because they love you and they care about you.
I don't know. Dan the man in the pits. I don't know, Babu. Tug in the pits. No, it's not. No, it's Pug. That's Pug. Slipstick, that's a completely different guy. Tug in the pits, get off these mediums. Look at this, look at Laps licking around Babu. True, that's true, Babu. Here, Babu, who do you prefer, me or Laps? See, he doesn't understand Babu. Babu's a wise man, he knows not the answer to. Oh yeah, yellow. It's a no. Who is it? It's a blue car. Who is that? What? Yeah, where's what?
Jenna? Yeah.
Who is what? Wait, what? What was that for, Babs?
It was Jenna giving yellow third sector.
Oh, Mac is very, very close on Meeps. Very close on Meeps, but of course Meeps has the DRS as well, so it's going to be really difficult for Mac. He's going to have to back out and either get a dive. Is he going to go for it here? But Meeps will also have the DRS. Here we go. Mac's going to go for it. I know they are good friends, but still, all those love and lost. I can't remember that saying, but Mac goes for the move. Meeps does kind of fight a little bit, not too much, but Super Mac gets up into P5. No, P5, P3. Ah, getting the old man. And so, yeah, the guys that Mac is really... I don't know what I'm going to say there. Mac now squeezing up on the back end of a Desi, and a Desi, of course, is close to Dan the Man. So, what a battle we have for P1. Look at this, we got Tier 1 champion SLR driver Dan the Man. We've got multiple Tier 1 champion driver Mackinder. Has Desi won a title yet? Except me, I can't remember if he has. I wouldn't be surprised if he had. Let me know, has Desi won a title? But anyway, we have a multiple race winner and champion battle for P1 at the moment in Canada, and it's only lap 18. And they're on different tires and tire life. This is going to be interesting. Desi squeezing. Mac, look at this, pushing the Desi all the way. And this is where the real skill comes in, you see. It's being able to drive really close. I love doing this kind of stuff, up really close. But you need to have an awful lot of trust, not only in your ability, as Jenab gets 3 seconds, but you need to have an awful lot of trust of your fellow drivers to know that they're not in the pit. Good job, Tuna Man in the pits. Here we go, a Desi. Oh, not the Desi. Mac is getting a good run here on a Desi on these mediums. You can really see these the grip paying off, but no, not to do. Fox gets a time penalty. Mac is really wringing the rungs off this Ferrari. He's really desperate to try and get past. He has the legs, but no dives. Nothing's going to happen. No such things happen at the front normally, unless they are very calculated. But surely now, although Desi's going to Desi's applying. Desi is deploying. What's Mac going to do? Mac doesn't have any battery left. My goodness. And Adesi has I was going to say a bad word there. He has a lot. Oh, very late in the brakes. Tuna Man gets himself a time penalty. This is a mega battle here. We've got P2 specifically. I do feel that we got a yellow somewhere. We've got a blue car. It looks like an Alpine. Who is that? Well, I don't know who that is, but I'll catch on with it later on. It's Krulex. He retires. And it's on track. Safety car. Safety car.
And both Aston Martins were lucky enough to be in the pit lane before the crash. They're double stacking, but what happened? Fox is not moving.
What's happening with Fox? Fox has left the session. No. What on earth is going on? Well, I said I would be surprised if we seen one, Babs. I didn't rule it out. As we say here in Ireland.
I am almost winning, mate, because I thought it would be a safety car, and we have basically two, because the virtual is a safety car, nevertheless.
Yep. Well, I had kind of guessed we would have at least one proper safety car. But as I was going to say, Babs, we have a saying in Ireland, and it's, I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong. Such a good saying. So there we are, a bit of a breather, Babs. We can get ourselves together, we can get a drink. Safety car is going to be out for a few laps. The guys are pitting, getting on to their probably they're going to be their final tire that they're going to run on, all being well. And
this will be interesting. Danny and Adesi on mediums, and McClendon on soft.
Babs, I am getting called out in chat here, and I will not stand for it. Kitty says I'm a liar, that I guessed 0 safety cars, but that is not technically true. Whenever I was asked the question by wonderful Babulus, I said that I'm tempted to say 1 full safety car, but I'll go with my gut and say 0, but we will get a VSC. So we did get the VSC, and we have 1 safety car. So technically, woman in chat, I'm right. Remember when I said, I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong.
The same thing goes behind the scenes.
What's that, Babs?
The same thing happens when you're not live on the air.
Oh, whenever I'm not off the air, I give her a good. No, I'll just leave it all. I'll just leave it like that. Yes, Kit. I think Kitsune does. Kitsune, Kitty, do you know that? Yes. For all those who don't know, our dear friend Triton, the man that had a calendar. Now this is for real. And like, I'm probably getting embarrassed. The man that had a calendar, well, not really, but he had a calendar for every year that he was singing. There's a bit more depth, really, than that, but we'll just leave it at that. And we were always telling him, look, you will find the one. She will appear out of the heavens, and you'll claim her. And here it is. The wonderful Triton is getting married next year. I am so delighted for him. Congratulations, Triton. I would love to go.
Congratulations. You give him congratulations about getting married?
You see, but I would like to go, Babs, but you see, I don't fly. Because planes crash, and I don't want to crash, so I don't fly.
Get married, and you will feel what it's like. You will regret it.
Kitty, yes, I was going to say don't do it because it's the biggest mistake you make in your life. But anyway, Kitty says that we shall not hear that because apparently she zones out whenever I talk to her. Which is a lie, actually, because I never talk to her. So there you go. You would think, Babs, that I would actually focus on the actual race, wouldn't you? But hey ho, alas, it is what it is. That's true, yes, reading the chat. Well, actually, OG, excuse me, I believe I first commentated with Vance. I think it was that. I might be committing sacred, or I can't speak. I may be making a cardinal sin here, but I think my first commentator was Vance whenever we did Tier 2 in SLR. And we outcommed and outranked and outviewed Tier 1 whenever the wonderful Terra and Timo were there. So there was a bit of commentating rivalry. But yes, I'd often commentated with the wonderful Ryan. And I loved making him feel uncomfortable, asking him really difficult questions about the sex life. Of course, I appreciate that not appropriate for a live channel with children watching, but hey ho, I'm having my fun. That's all. But I remember whenever me and Triton used to commentate on Assetto Corsa, and it was the best crack I ever had. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, I do miss those days, but hey, we all get older, we all move on, life happens, and well, Triton's got the chain round his neck next year, and the woman's going to be in control.
I think safety car will be in the snap, yes.
Oh yes, that's right, safety car. I forgot there was a race happening there.
And it's a little bit cloudy.
It is a little bit cloudy.
But it's just my screen. I'm looking something like a fog.
Yeah, a little bit foggy, a little bit misty, but we'll see. Excuse me. There does seem to be enough laps left for it to get wet. But let's see, Babs. Let's see now. Let's see how the restart happened. We've seen what the safety car restarts did yesterday. They caused their own drama, and as Chief, the Godfather himself, likes to say, safety cars breed safety cars. Let's see what happens. Dan the man is go! It is go again. We are back up and running here in Canada. And everyone's holding fire as such. Look at this here. Well, I don't know what to say really. They're all just following each other. But look at this Mac back on the fresh softs. Well, recently fresh softs is going up the inside of a Desi. That's a brave move. But these guys have a lot of respect for each other and a lot of racing craft. They're able to make it happen. Dan the man now is going to be under excuse me, a lot of pressure with Mac on these reasonably fresh softs. We got a yellow, and it's a Mercedes. It's Icewind. No, we got Icewind further back there. Something's happened to Ice. But regardless of that, we'll stay on board here with Super Mac. Super Mac is now squeezing up on the back of Super Dan on these reasonable fresh softs. And as I said, the softs usually about lap 12 is when they're done. That's when the game is up. The goose is up on the softs, one lap 12. So that Mac is going to really want to use every last bit of juice and grip that these softs have got, but he's up against a formidable opponent, and I wouldn't say nemesis, but a very long, many-seasoned enemy. Enemy's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Kind of combatant in Dan Man in the McLaren, and so we got a good battle going on here. Meeps moves himself up into P3. He gets past Desi, and Icewind's out. So Icewind. Basically, something major happened to Icewind when he said, I cannot be arsed, and he pulls into the pits and does the what we like to see, retiring in the pits, not because of safety car, but anyway. Back with the action, Super Mac now really pushing here, really piling the pressure on Dan the Man here. Not much to speak of here in terms of a gap. It was a good exit there from Dan, I have to say. Even on those mediums against the softs. As Chief just says that I just tuned in and I just Chief is the curse of Super Ice. Here we go! Mac is making the move now on Dan. Dan not really going to do much about that really. He takes a defensive position. All he can do. He actually lifts, yeah. Wise move. See, that's the experience of these top runners. Dan knows there's no point fighting that. He's up against a super fast guy on softs. Dan lifts, let the move go, plays it for the next lap. But of course, he does have another guy behind him two seconds of a gap, of course. So he's got that cushion. So yeah, Dan actually is probably mindful of this time penalty that he has as well. And so he's going to pace himself. He will definitely still go for the win, but Dan the man knows. He knows what to do here. He knows it's basically hold on for as many points as you can now, because you do have that time penalty. Let's see further on down. Everyone just scanning the grid here, Babs, and everyone is pretty much as you were now. They're all on similar tire life, similar tires, so we're going to see them all kind of holding fort until these really softs start to drop off. So we definitely will see some changes here near the very last few laps, actually, because these softs will be squealing like a pig. We've got some legends in chat too, Babs. We've got, of course, Ocean Chief and Triton, and then Kitsune. I don't know how she gets admin role here in chat. She doesn't even race. But hey, I guess that's the Bob perks, huh? The benefit of it's all about who she knows. That's what it is, you know. Anyway, I swear I'm gonna get spit in my burger later on. But anyway. I'm putting my life in her hands later on. No, Kitty, you can stay. You need to know whenever I'm free, Kitty. Oh, I'm really pushing the boat out here, I'm telling you. I appreciate that, man. So yes, Babs, as I was saying, my thumb, my push-to-talk thumb, is actually spasming. It's worn out. Do you ever see those guys, like, when they do those, like, Iron Man running, and, like, they're running towards the final line after, like running for, like, 3 days, and they're hardly fit to hold themselves up? That's basically my thumb right now. As a Desi, Super Desi was squeezing up pretty close there to Meeps. Dan not really able to do much about that P1 gap, but a Desi definitely squeezing. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze there. To get himself a 3-second penalty. So yeah, we're only getting 3 drivers, just 4 guys, forgive me, I forgot about it. That's a joke, Eagle. 4 guys with no penalties. And
who's the 4th?
Yellow! What? Who is off? It's Jenab. Jenab off again. So Jenab is really burning out those softs even more so he's definitely out of contention for race win. Dan the man was 3/10. He's now almost behind. We've still got a yellow. It is just sorry for coughing, people. I am still ill, despite what that liar in chat will say. Dan the man is squeezing up here with the DRS. Here he comes. Oh, he's got a low for automotive speed. Surely he's going to be too late. Yep. He backs out of it. He sees the better of that. Dan the man doesn't really need to do anything here, to be honest. He just needs to wait, pretty much, until these softs give up the juice. Still got a yellow. Janab again, I think that is Janab. Yep, Janab is really struggling. VSC, he causes a VSC, that spin. I didn't know what happened there, but he causes a VSC. Triton's talking about someone being good looking in chat, so it's definitely not me. He must be talking about himself. Did you know?
Maybe he's talking about me.
Oh, he could be talking about you, Babs. We haven't seen the Super Babs. Babs with that godly Greek voice. I bet you're chiseled. Your body is chiseled like a Greek god to match the voice.
You wish.
The VSC is over, Babs. We're back up and running again. DRS is enabled, and Dan lost out quite a bit there. He was up, I think. Dan gets almost a rear end lock in there. Catches it well. Still got we got a McLaren off. It's Fleur. Oh no! So you're seeing these softs, Babs. When you get around lap 8, they just drop off like a cliff, like this. Boom! Just like that, off they go. And then lap 12 is time to come in off them. So Dan the man knows this. Dan is experienced. He knows that Mac will be really nursing those softs. Of course, Dan does have that 3 seconds. He does have a 3-second window to P3. So we'll see what's going to happen here, Babs. We're going right to the wire, believe it or not. Right to the wire. I'm trying to keep in track of what's happening in chat. Bear with me. I'm going to go quiet while I read. So, Triton's basically saying if you're Greek, you must descend from Zeus. Or is that
That's overtaking. No, he was trying to overtake.
Meeps gets himself another 3-second time penalty. That is suboptimal. Of course, everyone around him, excluding Desi, has also got a time penalty, so no real damage done, really, let's say. Although he will be starting to struggle soon. Meeps, Ghost, Fleur, and Mac. Mac gets passed by Dan the Man. Oh, we're going to hiccup. Dan the Man takes the P1 off Mac. I kind of knew that was going to happen because these softs will be... Oh my goodness, these softs. I feel they're going to be squealing soon. And as Triton says in chat, he's 100%. This is huge. Or as we Slashy would say, huge. Humongous. Humongous. This is humongous. Dan the Man takes the P1, but all Mac has to do now is stay within 3 seconds. But will he be able to do that with these rapidly wearing out softs? Lap 12, lap 33 say, sorry, these softs will be game over. Well, not game over quite, but will be wanting to come in, I would say. Well, I think Babs, whenever I ran the softs, and I was quite convenient when the safety car came out. It did come out lap 12 when I was going to pit. My rears were 20, I think it was 29%. I think they were 29%. So, yeah, it's kind of, they start to get uncomfortable when you get around about lap 10, 11, 12. And Meeps now is also very close on a Desi. Surprised Meeps is still able to catch up on these softs. I think a Desi is basically checking out of the title battle, or the P1 battle, and he's just going to pace himself because he knows the guys around him have got penalties. Good call, Laps. It's a good job someone's paying attention, because Lapson does point out that Mac pitted. Well, he didn't say Mac, but I'm deducing that he means Mac. Mac pitted on lower. Let's get this in 10 minutes. Oh my goodness! Hurry up! The Mac pitted on lower fuel, so there's going to be a lot less wear. But Kitty, you're forgetting. There's still a few more laps to go, and then there's the interviews. Unless Babu wants to do the interviews, but I'm not going to do them like that. I'm not going to leave Babu to do the interviews, because that's not fair. But the Boger is coming indeed. Eli, Meeps. Meeps definitely has that run on it, does he? But see, what would you do here? What would you do at Babu? You're a Desi, right? You've got pretty good mediums. Your mediums will be alright. They'll be a fairly bit worn by lap 12, but they'll be alright. And you're going to have a charging Meeps behind you, but he's got penalties. And the guy behind him has penalties. And the guy behind him, etc., etc. Would you fight it? Or would you just let him go?
I would always fight it.
Well, I like the fight and talk, Babs. Sometimes, though, it's not worth fighting. Sometimes it's actually more...
I would not give up the position for free. You will have to spit your guts out for me to overtake. Even now, in the big DRS zone, I would try to position my car in a way that you won't be able to overtake me.
Yeah. No,
even if you have the pace and the speed.
Yeah, I can respect that, Babs, and I can understand it. But the only thing is, for me, the way I would approach this is pretty much the way I approached the Racing Tier 3 as well. I had a go on Naiku for the P1, He defended it quite hard. He had a penalty. I didn't, so I thought, all right then, I'll just sit behind you then and get it whenever we cross
Yes,
the
but
line.
you didn't say if I had to overtake or defend. I was going
sorry.
with the defense.
Oh yes, sorry. It was. Oh yes, you're right. I was asking if you were a desert.
Yeah, I
So
would
yes.
defend.
Yeah, I would probably defend that as well. It wouldn't be too hard on it because, again, lose time penalties are a bit of a cushion. But yeah, I agree. I would probably defend as well. But we're moving into the final final lap, really.
That's the lap.
And it's looking like it's going to be Mac. Unless he gets himself a time penalty. Mac is going to win this race. Unfortunately, Dan, remember what I said as Dan crosses the line for the final run in Canada. And remember, Mac, Babu, whenever I said, as soon as Danny got that time penalty, do you remember what I said? I said, no, Daniel, that will be detrimental to your race at the end. And I'm sorry if Daniel's listening, it's probably not helping him. I'll probably shut up because I'm going to put him off. But the penalty's going to cost him the race win. Hence why, keep it between the hedges, lads.
The limits in Canada are ridiculous.
I agree, Bob. They are a bit ridiculous. As we are going around, I'll try and commentate here. I'll have a go at commentating, Bob, right? So as we are coming around the final hairpin, Mac has been chasing Dan the man, well, kind of like following him, knowing that he's got that penalty, knowing that, oh, Mac is actually going to go for it. What? Mac said, no, I'm going to do this on track. He has a little go. It doesn't work. Dan the man says, not like this, son. Not like this. You're going to get it on penalty. You're not going to do it on track. Good job for the boys. Good job for Dan doing it on track. But of course, Mac does take the win with that 3-second time penalty at Dan the man. Dan takes the P3. Adesi comfortably in P3 there. And then, of course, we're seeing how all the penalties are... message retracted. It's a pity I didn't see that. I bet you Chief was insulting us. That's what it was. But anyway, Took in P4. Tuna Man gets vital points for Ferrari, and I'm going to keep on going on about this. But did you know, Babs, that since SLR season, whatever this is, started, Ferrari has been on the podium every single race in every single tier.
Okay,
So
next season we will link it to have the slowest drivers.
So I'm pretty confident that Ferrari are going to win the SLR Constructors Battle. But yeah, I might not be there next season. Because this will probably be my last one. But congratulations to you, man. Go ahead, yes, what?
Then I've crashed the car.
So I'm hearing that nobody wants an interview because they don't want to keep me back from my brother. But we'll see what happens.
I think they will honor us with their presence.
So, if I'll call out the grid quickly. Mac P1, Dan the Man P2, Desi P3, Tug 4th, Tunif P5, Meepo in P6, Fox P7, Copy P8, Eagle 9, Fleur 10, Jenab 11, Icewind 12th, Coolx 13, and Christian DNFs in P14. And I call that out just in case there's a bit of issue with the standings and stuff after the race. For Mr. Icewind, and he doesn't lose his shit. Not allowed to say that. So he doesn't lose his head when he's doing the standings. So there we go, that is our grid for Canada. Sorry, Chief, for saying shit. So let me see. I'm gonna. I think this says don't alternate for. I was gonna alternate for. I'm not gonna alternate for. I'll quit the proper way. I can't quit the proper way. Okay, I can't quit. I see what you did there. I didn't do nothing. Or did somebody else do something? Oh yes, McKenna's interview. I cannot get. And my God, God knows I tried. I cannot get Mac for an interview. You see, Mac has
So I didn't have any results.
Mac has a wonderful voice, right? But he won't share it. He keeps it to himself. He's so selfish like that. One day we'll get him on. We'll get him on. One day. Anyway, I'm Alt and F4ing out now. Excuse me. Let's see if we're going to get some interviews. There's nobody in the interviews, what do you call them? Babulous.
They don't want us. They don't like us.
They don't like us, Babs. They're intimidated by our manliness. That's what it is. We're just so manly. I talk a great
Maybe they are threatened by Kitsune.
Yes. I think I talk so much nonsense that I just drive everyone away. But we're not getting any interviews. They're a shy bunch in Tier 1. But we're getting called. We have to call the driver of the day. The driver of the we'll not do it. We'll not do it live. Let's think. Unless you know who you think, Babu. Have you got an idea who you want to be driver of the day?
To be honest, there were a lot of things taken under consideration. And Daisy was making a solid race all the time. But can have others that gain a lot of positions. So what you gonna do? What you gonna pick?
Well, how about we do it off stream, and keep the audience hanging?
We're not going to tell the drivers.
See, Dan. Now Dan's doing this for badness because he knows I have. Right, hang on. I'm going to get Dan the man in and shout at him. Right, Dan.
Hello.
You're doing this for badness.
I'm doing it for both of you.
No. You're doing this. No, not babulous. No. I didn't say. Oh, God. It must be my accent. Not babulous. Badness.
Badness.
Yes, I was hoping that nobody would come for an interview because I have a burger and chips sitting waiting ready for me.
Okay, I'll make it quick then.
Make it quick, Daddy. Go.
Ask me a question.
What do you? No, I'll not say that. How annoyed are you at that? Sorry, I need to stop. How upset are you at the 3-second time penalty?
Not very.
Right. Have you any questions about this?
Would you change your strategy instead of going with the mediums to the softs at the last pit stop?
No. The softs dropped off.
Yes, but you didn't gain enough gap from a Kender in order for you to have the first place.
True, but look at the group behind. We gapped them.
Yes. I see. I was saying this, Dan, that Max softs will be starting to squeal, and so you'll get past them. But whether you'll be able to get away or not will be a different story. And then I was saying, sorry, go ahead.
I think if the VSC at the end didn't happen, I could have maybe got the gap because I had the momentum.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, that VSC was actually really silly because all that happened was Jenab spun on the hairpin. He didn't get any damage. I don't think he got any damage. He just spun and he was just trying to get his car back on track, and it brought a VSC out. That's what caused that.
Oh, great game.
Yeah, a bit silly, but alas, I was kind of saying to Babs that it's kind of a dilemma really for you as well as a Desi, but we'll not talk about the Desi. It was more for you because you've got that 3-second time penalty, but you kind of knew that Mac is going to have the softs are going to be squealing. So what do you do? Like, do you push to try and extend the gap to cover the 3 seconds, or what was your thinking, Dan?
I was just pushing to see if I could get the 1 second gap and then try build a gap, but I just couldn't. So I was just focusing on getting the gap to the group behind, just in case I did get another time penalty, because I was on 5 warnings even. So
and it looked like a Desi wasn't really it looked like he had checked out and kind of kept. I could be wrong here, but it just from what we've seen, that he was kind of settling himself for P3, and you see everyone behind him had penalties. Meeps was squeezing up on him and was having him maybe a bit of a look, and I think it is he just defended enough. But I think the fact that he was kind of defending as well, that kind of played into your favor as well, Dan, that you were able to cover, that 3 seconds that you've got on him, or that he had.
I enjoy. Oh,
No, go ahead.
I enjoyed the race. It was an intriguing one. I wasn't expecting everyone to start on the mediums at the start. Truthfully, I must be completely oblivious to what the strat is here.
I did call that as well. I was saying that there's only 3. I think it was 3 or 4 guys max. I think it was only 3 that went for hards, and one of them was Eagle. He was at the back anyway, so I suppose that made sense for him. I was surprised to see people starting on the hards, I'll be honest, because from the practice that I done, the hards were dog poo, and generally it was a medium soft, or a medium soft that I seen people doing.
Right.
And I know Ice was telling me in the lead up to Tier 3 race that you can do a medium soft. So yeah, there you go, man.
The more you know, then, because all I did was hard practice, and I was like, they feel quite good. I didn't try mediums or soft in the race, so hence why I went hards.
Yeah.
Wasn't the worst, because I stayed in DRS, but I had to push to keep staying, which is probably the time pan.
And you get P, regardless, Dan, you with the time pan, you still get P2, so it's fantastic points for McLaren. Yeah, go ahead.
I get to claim more points in the championship, but McKenda's got a juicy lead now.
Yeah, Ferrari, Dan. You see, I was listen to this, Dan here. I was saying to people that Ferrari have not failed. I'm wording this quite awkwardly, but Ferrari have not failed to get on a podium every race, every tier this season.
Well done for jinxing it.
I'm not jinxing it. I have every faith in Tier 1 and Tier 2. I can't say.
Oh, that's confidence.
Wait, hold on. I can't speak for Tier 3 because that would just be big-headed, and I'm not going to do that. Anything can happen.
You kind of said it.
No.
Anyway, you've got a burger to eat, so
yes.
Goodbye. I shall see you later.
All right, good job, Dan, on the race. Win, effective, but good job.
Thank you both for commentating.
No problem, dude.
Bye-bye.
Right, go away, Dan. Go away. So there you go. So I'm sure, Babel, when people don't know me, they probably think I'm really rude to these guys, but like, alas, I'm good friends with them, and so it's all for fun. But we're only getting one interview, Babs. Nobody else wants to come in, and that's not an invitation, people. So I guess we'll just call it a day then.
So, what do you think about the next race?
Well, actually, Babs, do you know what? Before I get into that, I just read something in the chat, and I think it's right to point this out. We want to, on behalf of SLR, and I'm sure everyone watching would like to give a big shout out to a very special man that has been very helpful all this week. He's always helpful, but specifically this week. And it is, of course, you, Babelis, because you have streamed every race all week. And, getting streamers is a hard job, but you're always there. You're always first to put your name down. SLR always has a stream because of you. And so I want to say, I hope I'm speaking on behalf of everyone on SLR. I want to thank you on behalf of SLR for making yourself available and streaming these races for us, because without you being able to stream, we wouldn't be able to talk nonsense on chat. People wouldn't get to see the action, and it would just be a great shame. So thank you, Babo, from the bottom of
There's
our
nothing to
hearts.
think. I have, as I have said to Ocean many times, I'm trying to help in whatever way I can. I'm brainstorming sometimes, giving suggestions to the team, and hopefully, if things work out and we go better, let's do it. It's
Yes,
something that I'm trying to do whatever I can.
Well, you're doing a good job, Babs. This is our second time commentating together, and I hope you see so I know the answer to what I'm going to say, right? But I'll say anyway. I hope that I didn't speak too much. I know I did, but it's a pleasure, Babs, having being on mic with you, and maybe we'll do it again next week. Who knows?
Hopefully, we will.
But that is all from me, Babs, and everyone watching. I have nothing more to say. Well, I've got lots to say, but I need to go. I need to go eat. So I that is all from me, folks.
And if you liked what you saw, what you heard, and if you like what the races was all about, then hit the subscribe button, notifications, and thumbs up, and follow us to see more action coming in with Silverstone next week. 3 tires. Hope to see you again soon. Good night from me.
And it's good night from Bobby.